Hey guys, I want to share a quick story with you about a conversation that I had recently with one of my team members. She actually lives in the Philippines, and we were talking yesterday, and she asked me an interesting question. And, it made me realize that I'd kind of gotten out of touch with why I became so passionate about fitness and being involved in fitness for so long, because I've been doing this for so long. I think we just kind of all get caught in the day to day and solving the problems and overcoming the tough conversations and dealing with the tough personalities that you guys all know when you deal with the public and a service business. And I'd kind of forgotten of why I was so passionate about this thing in the first place. And so it was an interesting question. She said, Jay, what? You've been in the fitness thing for a long time. Like, what inspired you to do that? And so I started thinking back to when I was a teenager, basically, where many of you guys know I got in a lot of trouble. I got involved with drugs and alcohol at a very young age, battled severe addiction, multiple overdoses, drug charges, all the things, and did some time for that and went through some rehab programs and really struggled with that a lot. And she asked me, what was it that inspired you? Well, for me, it was when I was 17 years old, getting ready to be released. I met a guy who was in the gym. He had a similar story, a little bit older than me, but very similar story to me. Is he had battled with addiction. He was going down the wrong path. He found fitness, and it kind of set him free in a lot of ways. Like it was something that bridged the gap between the old lifestyle and a new lifestyle. It helped him feel better. All the things, right, that you guys know if you exercise regularly. And he started bringing me to the gym, and I started lifting weights. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel similar to what I would feel in terms of just mental clarity and a little bit of an escape with exercise, working out, as I did with drugs. Now, obviously not as intense, not with all the bad side effects, but this was something that changed my state. And guys, if you struggle with anxiety, if you struggle with depression, you need to find something that's going to change your state, how you feel in the present moment, without all of the chemicals and all of the other things that we've kind of been presented by the pharmaceutical industries, right? And if you're doing that, that's okay. There's a time and a place for these things, but I just don't want you to miss the power of regular exercise and how this can be such a powerful antidepressant, anti-anxiety, and how it can completely change your life. And so I started thinking back, and I started telling her that story. I was like, I went from being very anxious, very depressed, not able to cope, not able to deal with my regular emotions because I'd been using drugs for a long time to cover all that up, to now being in a place where I've got to deal with those things. And I found fitness as kind of the mechanism to help me do that successfully and to stay in a good state. And I used to work out back then. I'd work out 2 or 3 times a day sometimes because, again, it was my drug. When I started to feel down, when I started to feel nervous, when I started to feel pressure, I would just go do a really good workout. And then all of a sudden, for a brief period of time, the clouds would lift, I would feel a little better, and I would be back to being able to operate from a place of abundance and make good decisions and be productive, as opposed to operating from a place of scarcity and fear and contraction, right? And so as I was telling her that story, I said, and once I kind of felt that and I was exposed to that, once you see it, you can't unsee it. I felt like I needed to go share that with other people because I knew that there were other people who were also struggling with addiction. I knew that there were other people who were also struggling with anxiety. I knew that there were other people who also were feeling feelings of depression and anxiety and overwhelm and an inability to get up and do the things that they needed to do to move their life forward. And I just wanted to give that back. And so I sought out a career in personal training and gym ownership and this type of thing. And I've been at it now in this business, 10 years, overall, about 15 years. And so guys, I just want to encourage you, if you're watching this, I want you to understand the reason why people like myself are so passionate about this industry of fitness. It's not because there's a ton of money in it. It's not because it's sexy or whatever. It's because it has the potential to radically change your life. If you are not currently engaged in physical activity on a regular basis, I just want to tell you, the heartfelt, serious message that it will completely change your life. Now, maybe that's not with our gym. Maybe that's with another gym. Maybe that's with a completely different program. I don't know what that looks like for you, but I believe that if you can get in an environment where you can move at a moderate to intense pace on a regular basis, multiple times a week, and you can be within a community that's going to help you not only work on moving your body, but also starting to change your psychology. And that's my jam, man. I love that. Like, I love changing the belief systems that are keeping us stuck, because I've had to do that over the years to overcome addiction. Get in an environment that's loving and encouraging and supportive, and they can help you to start to rewire your brain to get rid of some of these old self-limiting beliefs, in conjunction with moving your body being the catalyst. I'm telling you, your life can absolutely change in a very short amount of time. So forget about, all the benefits of the fat loss and looking better in a bikini and feeling more confident in the bedroom and having more energy levels and being able to regulate your hormones and disease prevention and all those other things, right? Like, all of those are byproducts of getting fit and getting in the gym. But what I'm telling you is, psychologically, guys, if you're hung up, if you're stuck, if you feel overwhelmed, if you just feel that dark cloud over your head, there is nothing, no medication, no spiritual practice. I'm a big believer in putting God first and like that whole thing. But I'm just telling you, nothing has worked better for me than getting up and getting involved in an exercise routine that allows me to get my heart rate up and starts to get those chemicals turning that help me feel better, so that I can be more engaged at a higher level with God. I can be more engaged at a higher level with my family. That has always been the catalyst for me. So guys, I hope this message helps. That is why I got involved in health and fitness. If you're looking for a place to call home and you would like to come in and have a conversation, we offer free consults. We offer a wide range of services. So it's very hard. We really like to sit down with you and decide what might work best for you, but I'd love to do that for you. So just reach out, shoot us a DM, give us a call at the gym, whatever, and we'd love to help.